Police in Rivers State have said from their investigation the people who attacked and detonated explosive at the State Secretariat of the Actions People Party in Port Harcourt came in a car. The public relations officer of the command, Grace Iringekoko, noted that when the car arrived at the scene, two young men came down and detonated the explosive. Iringekoko said, on August 12, 2024, at 12:30 a.m., the Rivers State Police Command received a distress call reporting a loud explosion at APP Secretariat located in Tombia Extension GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt. The Commissioner of the Police, Rivers State Command, and a team of tactical units with experts from the Explosives Ordnance Disposal Squad were immediately mobilized to the scene to assess the situation. The team cordoned off the area and commenced explosive ordnance disposal procedures and search operations. The command's EOD experts identified a crater created in front of the building where the device was placed, causing shock waves and damaging the glass of the windows and doors. Eyewitness around the time the explosion was heard revealed that a car had been parked a few meters from the APP Secretariat and two men had alighted from the car, walked to the building and ignited the suspected device before throwing it at the Secretariat. They then re-entered the vehicle and drove off. The discovery of a crater and other pieces of evidence as well as eyewitness accounts indicate the detonation of an explosive device. Thankfully, no life was recorded. No loss of life was recorded, but damage was done to the front of the building. Samples from the site of the explosion have been taken for further forensic investigations. Operatives of the command have been detailed to intensify efforts to investigate and apprehend all suspects involved in this incident, Grace Iringekoko said. Honorable Land, what is your take on this story?
Yeah, thank you so much, Oma. And as regards the attack on the APP Secretariat, first of all, it is so bad, and it is not a good one, that in a state as peaceful as Rivers has been, because Rivers is one of the states in Nigeria that goes with the mantra of rivers of possibilities. As a matter of fact, rivers of positive possibilities. But recently, just because of things that has been happening, we continue to see situations like this. Remember also that even before the detonation of this very, very device at the APP Secretariat, some weeks back, we also had this same issue, at the presidential hotel in Port Harcourt. But taking it back to the subject of the day, first of all, it is not a good one at all. And I must say that it is those who are enemies of democracy, especially those who are enemies of the people in Rivers State. Because Nigeria today, like we know, we are running a multi-party system, and there are over number of political parties that, are in existence both in Rivers State and Nigeria at large. So, but why was the attack specifically, on the APP was just one thing and very clear. Because it's been, ringing everywhere, a lot of rumors here and there, people not knowing governor's stance, a lot of people coming, non-state actors coming to, including Susseya, saying that the governor is going to join APP and the rest of them, although that the APP state chairman also has said publicly that he would love the governor and also the members of the governor's team, to join the party. Because if you look at the constitution of the party, the Action People's Party, their constitution and their ideologies are well organized and well prepared to serve the people. And if you ask me on my own view, if the governor should go ahead, I think it won't be a bad idea. But the truth is that just because there are rumors have been peddling that APP is the party that the governor might be looking at, which is yet unclear, and that's the reason why APP was targeted. And the people who, perpetrated this act are the same people that they have always continued to say that they will make Rivers State ungovernable for the governor. That they will make Rivers State, become a theater of the absurd. They continue to, come in diverse ways in the name of oppositions upon whatever the Court of Competent Jurisdiction has said in the time past as regards their status quo as oppositions. They continue to, come up publicly to incite people. And even when they also act their own drama and come up with their own properly detailed...
Which people are coming out publicly to incite?
Larissa, you remember that during the End Bad Governance protest in Rivers State, in Nigeria at large, there were a lot of attacks against the APC-led federal government, and which also Rivers State was not, out of place. But when that particular incident occurred, I was among those who, stood my ground to say that, one, in as much as APC Secretariat or APC gate at their secretariat was vandalized by some of these hoodlums, that it was a script, and I make bold to say that. But in the statement of the former CTC chairman, whom the court has declared that he's no longer the acting chairman of the APC, he said that there was a document that was given to him, or that was dropped for them, that the culprit will also come back again. And he never disclosed to Rivers people or to Nigerians what the detail of that particular document was. And this was somebody who have always continued to say that all manner of things against the government of the day. And today, they're still the same people going to court to restrain the government of the day from...
Do you know by what you have said right now, you have actually accused Tony Okocha of being the culprit, of being behind the bombing of APP Secretariat.
Well, Choma,
if you follow your thought trend and what you have said so far, on national television, you've made a very serious allegation against the erstwhile CTC, the caretaker chairman of APC Rivers State.
Well, Choma, quote me, and like I said, I want to repeat myself because I know I'm on national TV. Those who are behind that particular act are the enemies of Rivers State, the enemies of democracy in Rivers State, and the same people who continue to incite Rivers people negatively against the government of the day.
And you narrowed it down. And when I asked you the persons who were inciting...
Well, the truth is that I wouldn't want to...
When I asked you about the persons who were inciting Rivers people against the governor,
yes,
you narrowed it down to Tony Okocha. You narrowed it down to the APC. Do you have proof of the allegation that you have made that the APC is behind the bombing of APP Secretariat?
Well,
and
Larissa,
what do they stand to profit by that? What do you think is the intent behind them, or the motive behind their alleged action? Okay,
I'll start with the later, Larissa. The motive or the profit for reason why they engage in doing that is because, one, they feel that because the rumor has been peddling that the governor and his team might be, joining the APP, so they went ahead to destabilize the APP, because the APP is among one of the frontline parties that has been so active in their political activities and engagement, courtesy of the forthcoming local government election scheduled for 5th of October. Then coming back to the later...
Who are their candidates?
Well, I'm not... right now, I'm not at liberty to declare that. But I can tell you that they are among the front...
You appear to know so much about their activities, particularly with local government elections, the upcoming local government elections. So can you tell me one candidate of APP?
Well, so far, it is within RESEC to publish the names of those who have been, won their primaries, because I know for sure that most of the political parties and political activities that has resumed since the 1st of August, even while the End Bad Governance protest was ongoing, there's been a lot of drums here and there. The political drum has been ongoing, although RESEC is yet to come out publicly to publish, just like the same way INEC does, because I cannot come out to say I know their front runners when RISEC has not been able to come out publicly to publish those who have qualified based on the prerequisite, you know. So, but taking it back to
because you apparently know a lot about.
I know, absolutely, because I'm a stakeholder. So, but taking it back,
you're a stakeholder of APP, but you don't know their candidates.
Well, like I said, even in as much as I'm even a member of the APP parliament, let's say, assuming not consider I'm a member of the APP, I'm not at liberty to give you that information until the party, you know, the document that was submitted to the INEC, you know, comes
never mind,
to
you
public
can go on.
limelight.
You've already said before now that you don't know the candidate.
Exactly. So now taking it back to the motive. The motive is that, one, they want to destabilize the APP because it is assumed that APP is among the front runners of the political parties that are happening right now in Rivers State.
Really?
Considering their day-to-day activities, their meetings, they are almost everywhere. If you recall vividly that a few weeks even before that bombing, the national chairman of the APP visited Rivers State, you know, in the person of Uche Nadi, and most of the activities, because I'm well informed about this APP, but because APP is not a subject matter, so I wouldn't want to, you know, divulge into it. But just on a
actually the subject matter.
Actually, APP Secretariat.
We are discussing
APP Secretariat is the subject matter.
What
precisely.
Is APP? Who owns the Secretariat?
I'm coming, Larissa. Absolutely. But let's go back to the issue. So the issue is those who are behind this, like I said, confidently, are those who are enemies of Rivers State.
Right.
The peace, because they continue to say that there is no peace in Rivers State. Remember that these were the same people that went on air everywhere to say that the governor of Rivers State does not want to conduct the election. And I always continue to remind people that what the 1999 Constitution has amended, you know, stipulated clearly, it gave power to conduct the election, not just to the governor, but to the RISEC. Immediately, the tenure of the local government, democratically elected local government officers, you know, elapses. But we know what happened in Rivers State, that to the level that even those who were democratically elected, came up and said that they were not even going to hand over their seats because of one
we are not
activity.
delving. We absolutely. Are not delving.
No, I'm coming back. I'm coming. I'm trying to make a build-up.
No, hold on. You cannot deflect.
I'm not trying to deflect.
So focus on APP.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked you their motive. You have answered.
Yeah, their motive is because they are against. Exactly.
And you said the motive is because there are rumors that they.
Yes, and I'm here to respond to you on the issue of the evidence.
Hold on.
As regards the people who orchestrated that.
I need us to take it one by one so that you don't scatter everywhere. Yes. So now, you have answered their motive, correct?
Absolutely.
Now, you have alleged that APC, in fact, Tony Okocha, precisely, and the caretaker committee of APC, the SY caretaker committee of APC in Rivers State, are behind the bombing of the APP Secretariat. And I have asked you, can you substantiate that?
Okay.
What proof do you have?
Choma, thank you very much once again. Let me throw a little more light to what I said before.
All right.
The people who are, quote me, behind the bombing of the APP Secretariat are the enemies of the peace in Rivers State.
Who are they?
I'm coming, Choma, hold on. And remember that on different fora, until just like the police PPRO, Grace Irengi, SP Grace Irengi, came out, he said that investigations so far, they have been able to, including both eyewitness reports and all of that, they're still putting all that together. I am not a police officer, although I know that until all these data are collated, then we cannot be, because there are forensic activities that ought to go behind the scene for the confidentiality of this investigation, so that at the end of the day, the Rivers people can be able to get to know those who are the real enemies of Rivers State. Right. And again, I also want to, in addition to what I already said, our Nigerian police, considering the fact that the report of the eyewitness and as well as the few materials and evidence, that were at the scene of crime, I think that this is the time that we need the best of our Nigerian police force, for them to come to the aid of Rivers people, because I believe that our Nigerian police force and every other agent of government of Nigeria has everything in terms of resources, material resources, intellectual resources, digital resources, and otherwise, to give us, including fingerprints, including call data logs, including everything that happened. Because in as much as we don't have CCTV cameras on the streets, but I can tell you that there is nothing that can happen in Nigeria that cannot be traced, including calls and the rest of them. So with what they have already gathered, I believe that a forensic report ought to come out, and we can be able to come out publicly. And I'll be among those, Larissa, to stand on the national TV to call those enemies of River State by their names.
Well, interestingly, you have already, by your statement, actually accused the APC as a party. You've also accused Tony Okocha as a person. You have accused them, and I have asked you if you can substantiate that. And now you are telling me that it is now the job of the police. You know, you cannot say anything. You cannot call them out when the police have not said so and they are still doing their investigation. But you have already gone ahead to clearly state that these are the persons that are behind it. So clearly you have failed to bring evidence or substantiate what the serious allegation you have made. So since you cannot substantiate that, I will merely, conclude that everything you have said is a conspiracy theory.
That's not true, Choma.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
It's a conspiracy theory. And since you cannot substantiate it, it's merely circumstantial as it stands. At best, that's what it is. Because, coming on national television and making strong statements, with so much confidence, and people are watching you, people are drawing conclusions from what you are saying, and there are a lot of persons who are your fans, Honorable Lan, and they will run with what you have said so far. So if you're making statements that have the capacity to hit up the polity, it is expected that if there is a clapback, you'll be able to substantiate to a large extent, beyond reasonable doubt, what you have said. So you have said they are enemies of the state. You have even narrowed it down to their actions. You've narrowed it down to the political party. You have said what the motive, behind the actions were, but you could not bring evidence to substantiate everything you have said. Now, it is your opinion, and I respect that, but I also have to raise a disclaimer, that it is strictly your opinion and not that of ATN. Now, moving on to
sorry, before you go on, I'm sorry, just 1 second. Just to throw a little clarity to what I already said, and I still stand to my word.
The more you throw clarity,
hold on.
The more you're indicting yourself.
No, I'm not indicting myself. And remember that I'm a man of repute, that I go by my word, because my word is my bond. I'll continue to say, Nigeria has a procedure, in as much as somebody you might, be a life witness, or somebody who saw how a scene, be a life witness as a scene of crime, until the investigation is concluded. You don't come out publicly until a court of competent jurisdiction, calls or condemns a person. You don't come out publicly. The person remains a suspect. But like I said, hold on. I've given you antecedent. Hold on. Listen to me.
You have made insinuations. You have made innuendos.
We have given you exactly from my innuendos. You can understand the trail of activities of those who have no iota of peace. No iota of joy for the peace that has been in River State, because they continue to say that River State is not peaceful. They continue to demarcate rivers for foreign investors. They continue to demarcate the government of River State. And now, with even what is happening, we also know, we are reliably informed, but until the investigations are certain, then I can, like I said, I will also come out at your national TV to inform Nigerians, because I know that Nigerians and the world are watching us. I will also come on national TV to, to state it clearly after the investigations of the Nigerian police is concluded, and maybe a potential culprit, but we know that those who are behind the bombing of the APP Secretariat are those who are enemies of the peace and stability in River State, and above all, the enemies of democracy and the enemies of Governor Siminaye Fubara.
All right, we will not, while I am, hard-pressed to actually go into the peace in River State, the assumed peace in River State.
But when you say it's assumed,
hold on, why I am hard-pressed to go into that, because that is your opinion and it is respected. Some persons hold dissenting views. And yes, you've bantered with them on my show, Honorable Land. They have dissenting views, and their views will be respected as well. But when you say there is peace in Rivers State, granted, to a large extent, the polity has been calm, thankfully, has been calm.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
To a large extent, the polity has been calm, probably because of the End Bad Governance protest, to a large extent, was able to, bring a kind of law to Rivers State politics. But you cannot take away, the fact that there has been violence in Rivers State politics. A police officer has died in Rivers State politics. Even non-state actors.
Don't also take away that even the governor was shot at in Rivers State.
Please hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. It's not a dialogue right now.
Absolutely.
So you will not take away the fact that some protesters died in Rivers State. You also not take away the fact that non-state actors came out from the creek threatening violence in Rivers State and actually even went on the road in Rivers State. These things happened. So when you sweep these things under the carpet, while I understand your love for the governor and the governance in Rivers State, I understand that, but it will also be fair enough not to, when you say certain things, the death and the lives that have been lost in this crisis is being ridiculed and made a caricature of. So there should be some level of humanity, when we are making these things, because people died. People died. And we cannot say those lives that were lost did not matter. They mattered. And they died because of the crisis in Rivers State. Now,